and Grandma Ewan, who was not young, but they were living in the same house, and they were really like friendly. They were, like your sisters would run back and forth, no problem. Of course, the story was that my mom would tell the story often. So we're upstairs, and we your dad, so it was a nooner, and then someone ran up the stairs. That's the point. At that point, when someone ran up the stairs, probably one of your mom or it was Val, ran up the stairs and caught them in this sort of an interesting compromising position. That was it. They had to move out. So they went and found their own place. But that was the last straw. Well, she liked living there, and she really liked Grandma Ewan. She liked her grandma, Graham. She really loved her. They'd go and sit and have coffee. My grandmother was Scottish. She'd have tea, and they would have biscuits. I don't know, whatever. They'd sit for hours and talk. But that was the last straw. She had to get out of the house. Of course, probably your mom thought it was pretty funny.
They were probably deliberately running out.
Oh, yeah, she's not. Yeah, his mother was a character and a half. Right to the very end. So that was where they left there and they went to live in. They brought us a house in Burnaby, on Dominion Street. That was because my dad wanted to buy an old house, and it was a small house because his own father unfortunately had passed away when he was 16, and he didn't want to leave my mom in the same position. My mother wanted, maybe perhaps something bigger, but anyways, it was a small house right beside the Taylors. And that's where Linda showed up.
There's Linda.
And Linda and Steve, and up the street was pardon? Mahan's. The Manahan's house is still there. It hasn't fallen down. There's a house up the street for us where all the Manahan kids came from. Jill, and across the street was Noreen, and Noreen is in way up north. And no, she's not. She actually moved from there.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, and she sent her I did cut her and Tom. I did talk to them, and they of course they remember stories of her too, and they used to come over. So all the neighborhood girls were really attracted to my mother.
Yeah.
They really were, which is because she was
just so like us. She just loved to hear what we had to say. She loved our stories. She told us great stories. She was just like, I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't like she was our age, but it was like she understood us. That's what it was.
Yeah.
She understood all.
So all the neighborhood girls, and Noreen said the same thing. It was like she wanted to be.
Yeah.
Using mom. Linda also tried. She was older than Stephen and Terry and I, and we see a picture there of the four of us and Tom. And she thought she would be a teacher, and she tried to teach us. She pretended she was a teacher, and we were the students. We didn't behave that well, and she was never that happy with us, by the way. But she did make really good craft dinner. Every Sunday we'd order lunch at her place next door. By the way, we were next door. We were so close. My mom would look out the window and see her mom, and they'd just wave, and that was time for coffee. And they'd have coffee, 15 minutes, back to work. My mom always wanted to make pastry like